so much for joining my podcast series, Formidable Females in Future Flight. I'm meeting with women from across the aviation and aerospace sector to encourage more women to consider this sector for their own careers. So I'm really pleased to be joined by you today, Marta. And I know that you've recently been promoted to Head of Certification and Airworthiness at Vertical Aerospace. So huge congratulations and thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Jo. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's really cool.
Oh, great. And just in case anyone who's listening is not that familiar with Vertical, could you tell me a little bit about the business and how long have you been around and what has the business achieved to date?
So the Vertical Aerospace is looking for completely disrupting aviation today. So it's moving to electrical aviation and is deeply involved in the vertical takeoff and landing product, which is a new product, not yet certified. I think that they started business on 2015 or some around that date. And so far we have done one prototype. I was flying last year and we recovered a lot of data from that. We are really involved right now on the second prototype that we are expecting to fly really soon. And then at the same time, we are developing our final product, which is going to be the certification aircraft or production aircraft to be, what is the intention is to have it certified by the end of 2026.
Fantastic. And could you tell me a little bit about your role in the business?
Well, the head of airworthiness of certification basically is responsible for keeping the design organization procedures applied through the different phases of the type certificate process or any other moment or any other project. And at the same time, I need to keep a pool of compliance certification engineers and the panelists that they are helping with all the certification activities and set up or support the certification strategies, attend certification meetings with the authorities, support the industry to move forward because the regulation is still under development. So the industry is kind of an interesting moment because the industry and the regulator is learning together.
Yes.
So they need to put the baseline for the regulatory frame and how this is going to be managed in the MOCs, the means of compliance, in a product that is a novelty. So we all think of how it's going to be, but there is a level of uncertainty and novelty there that we need to go through the process of learning together. So it's really interesting because we are feeding each other. So we are providing experience to the regulator so they can see how things are developing and at the same time they can regulate upon these developments.
Yeah, sounds exciting. So what was it that inspired you? And this is obviously a completely new sector that you're now part of. What made you decide to leave what you were doing before and become part of this nascent industry?
Well, it was curious. I already knew Eduardo Dominguez Puerta at the time, and I remember discussing with him the SC, well, what is today the SC Vito, but at that time was a proposal for a special condition of patent based on CS23, and I was curious. I was reading the SC Vito when it was in public consultation. It becomes very interesting. And then the company that I was working for at that time, Jet Aviation, they got some involvement with Vertical to support the cabin interior design. And I got involved, partially involved on that project as well. So I started to look at some interior features and things for the SC Beetle and how to integrate the interiors or the classic interiors into a new product. When at the same time, my current manager, Eric Samson, I already knew him also from Jet Aviation. We were working together there.
Okay.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, aviation is so small.
Yeah.
You always know someone that is doing something or someone that knows someone that is doing something and you get to know things and how the new product is moving forward. And at the same time, I was already involved in certification activities. So I was receiving notifications from EASA, from the European authorities on this new special condition, the first MOCs and how the regulation frame was developing at that time.
Yeah, brilliant. And what inspired you originally when you first embarked on your career, and what was it that drew you to this sector in the first place?
Well, it's kind of funny. So, my Spanish and literature teacher, I think I was in 7th grade or 6th grade, Maria Teresa Rosón.
Mm-hmm.
She was neighbors of the parents of Pedro Duque, the first Spanish astronaut.
Wow.
And one day she came to class when he was selected by the European Special Agency as an astronaut for the ESA. And then she told us in class, look, it's in the well, not in the media, it's in the newspaper, and I know him because his parents are my neighbors, or there was some connection. And I was like fascinated. I was like, wow, this is real. So you can be an astronaut. So I asked her after the class, what have he done to be an astronaut? And she told me aerospace engineering. I said, okay, that's what I need to study.
Brilliant, brilliant.
And that's what made decision making.
Yes. Yes, yeah. Do you know, I've heard that before. It's just the importance of that early inspiration, in order to like really focus on something and go for it, and in what can be at times quite a male-dominated industry, especially in engineering, in technical roles. You do tend to find that there's a bit of a gender imbalance sometimes. I wondered, what's your experience been? How have you found it building your career as a female?
It's not easy. It's not easy because it's really. I mean, you are a minority always.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is much better right now, but there was a lot of judgment regarding you are gonna be a mother, you are gonna have a family, you are not expected to prioritize or to give the same level of priority to your family and your job. So you are not gonna be the first option when there is a promotion or there is a new job. I think that we have a tendency when we are considering to move to another job to match everything that is requested to fulfill the role, while you don't have to fulfill every single aspect. But then it becomes not interesting anymore, because if you know how to do it, what's the point?
Yeah.
And it's really difficult because it's a constant. You have to constantly show that you are the best.
Yeah.
That you have to do more.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be more available. You have to work more hours. You have to provide better results. You have to be more creative. That's kind of interesting because everyone thinks that engineers, we are not creative, and we have to be very creative to solve problems.
Yeah.
So all these things is like you need to be always a step above your male colleagues to achieve the same level, and sometimes it's really exhausting.
Yeah, yeah. And how do you find that affects your family life? And I know that you have got children, and you don't live in the UK full time, so there are many demands on your time. How do you
manage?
How do you deal with that?
Well, first of all, because my husband is my first one supporter. So he is always telling me, if you want to do something, just do it.
Yeah.
So go for it. And he is keeping the balance in the family. So we try to split the different tasks and the different things that you need to do at home to allow both of us to carry on with our professional careers. And we split the time that we are allocated to the children. So maybe when we are both at home, each one is taking care of one of the children. I have 2 children, obviously, no more. So, and then sometimes I'm traveling every 2 weeks. Now he's traveling a lot as well. So we are trying to set up this planning that, okay, if I'm traveling this week, then he's traveling the week after, and then I can travel the week after.
Yeah.
So we are setting up this map, and this is making things happening for both of us. And then we also have our families, both of us, because our parents retire. And we know that if there is any moment that there is an emergency and for any reason none of us is at home, they will come and take care of the children. Plus our children are very used to have us not present. I mean, they are managing standalone. They are quite independent. They need that time, of course, and it needs to be clear that the time that we are dedicating to them is for them and for them only, not having your hand thinking, oh, I need to do this, I cannot forget it. Which sometimes it happens, and it's something that we need to try to manage and keep it as a very minimum. But it's just this organizing yourself and taking, help of the technologies that we have today that is allowing you to travel, to make a video conference with your children, to do the homework. Sometimes I'm telling people here when we are going to go for dinner, okay, from this time to do this time, sorry, I have to go for homework time with my daughter, for example. So, but this is really is a strong effort from family point of view to plan all these things. With time.
Well, it sounds like you're doing an incredible job of balancing all of those priorities, and at the same time as being promoted into this new role. I find that very inspiring indeed.
Well, it's really, I mean, it's really teamwork. It's really teamwork and understanding that you need to balance the time, and you need to organize yourself. And also that we have this extraordinary support for our parents when we have needed in the past, and we have called them and say sorry. There was once we had both to travel to Chicago, and we called them, would you mind to come for a week and take care of children, because we need to go to Chicago to meet a supplier? And they say yes, of course.
That's amazing to have
that's
that.
Really, really helpful.
That backup support is the thing that I guess it's like the glue in the joints.
It's helping you to say, okay, at least you don't feel that big pressure. You can relax a little bit because you know that there is a backup solution in case that you need. And in the worst case scenario, our friends in the area that we live, if we eventually need to tell them, would you mind to take care of children for a couple of days? They will do it as well. So the network that we have built up around us is quite strong, and is supporting this type of way of working, basically.
And how about the company? Is the company supportive of your
the
needs?
company is amazing. It's amazing. Amazing. I mean, every time that something happened, last week my son was sick. I had to pick it up from the school. They called me, and I just asked my manager. I told him, sorry, I'm not gonna be available for 1 hour because I need to go to pick up my son at the school because he's sick, and then maybe I need to go. I don't know. Maybe I need to go to the pharmacy or something. And it was no complaint, no, of course, no worries, no worries. And the message that you always get is family always goes first. And you have to do your work, and you need to achieve, and you need to complete your task. And there is this kind of commitment. I'm gonna achieve my task. I'm gonna achieve my milestones. I'm gonna complete my task. And at the same time, if you need time for your family because there is something that pops up, just take it. So, but it's really, it's a question of trust and being honest with each other. So
that sounds perfect.
It's a very good company.
Good. And then, what are your priorities? I know that this year is a busy year with the second prototype arriving soon. Are there any specific priorities that you need to address this year?
Well, we need to fly the prototype. We need to learn a lot from this prototype. It's gonna enable so many things on the production aircraft. That is really important for us to go through all the different flight test phases and get all this information, and also to get more familiar with the product and how the product itself, the design and the behavior when it's flying, is matching or not matching what has been established so far as regulatory frame. Because maybe we see that there are few things that are not addressed yet, and then we need to highlight that to the regulators so they can support. That's one of the things that we need to do this year. And also we need to move forward in our certification program. We need to move forward on the definition of this beautiful eVTOL that we are going to have in few years' time.
Yeah.
And start to kick off this certification phase and start to get traction to achieve our milestones and achieve the compromise that we have with the customers. It's really to move. I mean, it's a parallel work at the end. We have the prototype and we have the certification aircraft. We need the prototype to feed the certification aircraft, but at the same time, we need to keep moving on the certification aircraft because otherwise it's not going to be very easy for us to meet our own goals.
Yeah. Brilliant. And then now that you've been promoted, do you need to continue hiring?
I'm hiring for structures, electrical systems, and propulsion systems. So if anyone wants to come to this amazing world, just contact me.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, we need to expand the team in airworthiness because we are not developing the aircraft itself. We are not developing the design. We are not defining the design, but we are giving a lot of information to the rest of the engineering teams to do this design the way that it has to be done. To have the safest product of the market. And in order to do this, you need to comply to all these requirements. So we need to define them. Okay, those are the requirements that you need to follow. This is what it means in terms of design, because the requirement is not telling you you need to put a wing, for example. Or and the wing has to be designed this way, and you need to do all these tests. No, this is something that we need to translate.
Is there anything in particular that you look for when you're hiring people?
People that can communicate. It's very important, and they are calm and they can manage conflict, because sometimes you have to tell people, I understand that you want to do this, but we cannot do this like this. It has to be done this way better. It's gonna be easier. It's gonna be shorter. Even if you think that this one is better, the truth is that maybe this one works better now. Keep the other one for later, but orientate yourself towards this direction. And this is how you have to manage it. You have to manage that people will be reluctant to do this, or they may not have sufficient experience in the aerospace industries, but it's slightly particular regarding regulatory frame. Or how we impose this regulatory frame. Our safety objectives are very high. So sometimes if you don't have enough experience or you are not familiar with the industry, sometimes you can even wonder, why are we doing all these things? So you need to really explain to the different people, the different members of the engineering team, okay, this is required for this particular reason. And the end result is all these safety objectives, for example, they have been achieved. And then a strong technical knowledge. Because you cannot explain things without this background on the technical aspects.
So it's two things, and they need both the technical grounding, but also the influence and persuasion skills. To get others on board.
The ability to communicate this technical knowledge, because you can be an amazing expert or anything, but if you are not able to communicate and to share this expertise with the others, it's good for you, but it's not very useful for the company.
Absolutely. The knowledge and the ability to share it. Got it. Okay. Well, it sounds like a really fascinating job and obviously an incredible sector. And I wondered, is there anything in particular that you would say to other women or other underrepresented groups who are thinking about pursuing a career in this sector? What would you say to them?
Just go. Put the goal there and go for it. Don't allow anyone to stop you. Anyone. And it's not an easy path. Yes, the university studies are not easy, but there are many aerospace years in the world, so it's something that is clearly achievable. It's just a question of effort and to get focused. So you put your goal there and you just go, boom. It's like running a marathon. You just go, you do it, you execute, and you don't allow that anyone is coming into you, but you're not capable or this is not really for you. I just, no. And me, my goal, and go.
Brilliant. Well, that is such good advice that actually you could translate into many aspects of life.
Yeah, I mean anything. I mean, it's very easy that someone tells you, okay, this is too difficult.
Mm.
It requires a lot of dedication. You are not that smart. It's not really for women. I don't think that anyone will say that today, but yeah, well, at the end of the day, it's you with your own capability and your own. I mean, sometimes you just need to be stubborn.
Yeah.
And say, I'm just gonna do it to show you that I'm capable. And you have to be curious. This is something that you can use. Curiosity.
Yeah.
Curiosity is very important, and asking questions. Never being ashamed of asking a question. There is no stupid question. There are a lot of stupid answers, but no stupid question.
Yes, that is good advice. Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you again for joining me today. I am truly inspired by your story and everything that you have achieved and continue to achieve. So congratulations again on that promotion, and all the very best for working with the fantastic new prototype this summer.
Thank you very much.